Hey, welcome to Digging into the Bible. My name is Jim Barnard. This is a production of Tiller Coaching. All right, it's day 22. I'm glad that you joined me. We are continuing on with Romans chapter 9 and, frankly, more kind of Calvinistic talk versus Arminian talk. And that's a good time, right? No, it's not. You're right, it's not. I'm so sorry. But it's what we're going to do today. So, with that as the backdrop, let's go ahead and dig in. This is Romans chapter 9, starting at verse 19. You will say to me then, why does he still find fault? For who can resist his will? But who are you, O man, to answer back to God? Will what is molded say to its molder, why have you made me like this? Has the potter no right over the clay to make out of the same lump one vessel for honorable use and another for dishonorable use? What if God, desiring to show his wrath and to make known his power, has endured with much patience vessels of wrath prepared for destruction, in order to make known the riches of his glory for vessels of mercy, which he has prepared beforehand for glory, even us whom he has called, not from the Jews only, but also from the Gentiles? As indeed he says in Hosea, those who were not my people, I will call my people, and her who is not beloved, I will call beloved. And in the very place where it was said to them, you are not my people, there they will be called sons of the living God. And Isaiah cries out concerning Israel, though the number of the sons of Israel be as the sand of the sea, only a remnant of them will be saved, for the Lord will carry out his sentence upon the earth fully and without delay. And as Isaiah predicted, if the Lord of hosts had not left us offspring, he would have been like Sodom and become like Gomorrah. All right, that's another fun section here. Giddy up. Okay, so this is a really hard section for me. There's plenty of verses here that seem to affirm a Calvinistic viewpoint or this concept of election. And, at the same time, I know that there are verses in other parts of the Bible that seem to affirm the other side, a sense of free will, this Arminian take. And, I don't know, at the end of the day, who knows? Who knows what's right? Okay, well, God knows. I mean, he's the one that would know. But for us, we just don't know. We don't even have to. We don't have to pick a side. I told you yesterday that I kind of lean towards the free will. There's probably a reason for that. I just think as, someone who's chosen to do ministry for a living, it's the only way I can process things. I have a friend who's a pastor and he has a Calvinistic viewpoint, or, that's his kind of his slant. And I asked him about that. I was like, hey man, how do you stand up in front of a group of people and, deliver a message with this viewpoint that some of them aren't elect, that maybe the message isn't for them? Or do you think that everyone in your crowd is the elect? Help me understand. And he said something really interesting to me. He said, as much as I think Calvinistic viewpoints are correct, parts like this seem to affirm that, I just don't know. And when I get up in front of people, I gotta tell myself, all right, it's time to preach like an Arminian. It's time to preach like everyone in that room needs to hear it, for the sake of their own salvation. And I'm like, all right, well, I like that. That's kind of the viewpoint I have. I just, I kind of have it all the time. I also think, he kind of relayed the importance of, also if there are people in that room that are elect, but they haven't realized that election yet, that realize their salvation, maybe he's the vessel with which, God uses to bring them to that point. I'm like, okay, I think I would get lazy if that was my viewpoint, because I'd be like, I don't know, God, you got 47% in here, whatever the percentage is, I don't know, that are elect, and you don't really need me, so I'm gonna phone it in. I don't know, it encouraged me to think of him saying, no, I got to have this viewpoint that maybe, everyone that I meet is, someone who has a chance of being saved. So I think that, as much as we're talking about that, and I'm not really digging into particular verses here, but again, I believe that because Paul has focused so much on Israel, that he is talking about election in a more general sense. The Israelites were the elect as God's people, and the Egyptians were therefore the non-elect. But God has chosen to open this up to everyone. He's offering his adoption as a father to anyone to choose, and to anyone and everyone. And that might not seem fair to everyone. That was a really great deal for the Israelites, but maybe not a good deal for the Egyptians at the time. And now it's just opened up. That's how I read it. I'm totally open to other interpretations. I don't know. So hopefully that connects for you. And if you have other takes, man, I'd love to hear it. I obviously can't dig into everything in 5 minutes, which I'm almost at 6 minutes. So let's go ahead and call this. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will see you tomorrow as we continue on with Romans chapter 9. I'll see you then.